Welcome back, and from this lecture we are starting the last topic of center of mass, that's collision topic. Okay, so we learning the collision. Okay, yes. Okay, first when I say collision, you have seen in daily life two ball colliding. There are many things which are collide, but technical, what's the definition of collision? Like is an interaction between what two bodies or more than two bodies, in which what happens, they interact for very short time, but the force acting between these bodies is what, very large. Okay, that large force acting for small time, you also call it as an impulse. So they exert like force or impulse on each other, some deformation happens, then they regain their form and they again they start moving, right? So a few points I am talking. First, in collision what happens is what, it's interaction, if you want to write definition, interaction between bodies for very short duration. And when I say duration, means it could be anything, like a general daily life example we'll talk, like ball colliding, all these things, then time is around 10 power minus 3 seconds, but it could be large also, it could be small also. Okay, yeah. So it's interaction between bodies for very short time, in which during which they exert a large force, okay, very big force on each other. Correct? Yeah. So collision is the interaction between bodies in which what, they exert a big force on each other, the colliding bodies, but for very short time. Also, what happens, a few points should know about collision. During collision what happens, during collision two words we will talk mainly. One is what, momentum, already you have learned. Other is what, kinetic energy. We should say energy, but here always talk like bodies are moving on a plane surface. We don't talk about potential energy, we talk only kinetic energy. So two words we always will see, momentum and kinetic energy. So during collision what happens, this momentum and kinetic energy are what, get interchanged between the bodies. So during collision, momentum and other thing is what, kinetic energy gets what, interchanged. Interchange, yes. One body will exert some momentum on other body, it will transfer moment to other body will transfer to what, that body. This will happen always. Okay. Also what happens, very important point about collision is this. In collision, I said they are applying a big force on each other. So these forces are what type of forces? These are what, action reaction pair, or you say what, internal forces. And already we know that if no external force acting, then momentum is what, conserved. So the forces involved in collision will be all what, internal forces. They will in pair of action and reaction. So here always we will write what, at least conservation of momentum will be applicable in all type of collision. Later we will talk about type of collision also, but this thing will be always there, conservation of momentum, because here the forces involved in collision will talk only about what, internal forces, action and reaction pairs. Okay. So I am writing that point here. During collision only internal, I am talking about internal forces acts in you can say action and reaction pair, right? Na? Equal and what, opposite forces they will apply on each other. So here, because there is no external force acting, so we can write conservation of the momentum everywhere. Okay. Yes. Okay. We will see now type of collision, like two ways we can say type of collision. One based upon like how they collide. Okay. Direction of collision, or one is based on like what is conserved, momentum conserved or kinetic conserved, or both are conserved. Okay. So first we see upon like based on what, collision direction. Okay. How the impact, how they collide, direction. So what happens here, we say two simple categories. One is called head-on collision. Head-on collision, also other would use is called what, direct collision. Okay, direct. Then other will be called what, oblique collision. Oblique collision also called what, impact. Okay, what's the difference between these two, head-on collision and what, oblique collision? Simple meaning is what, in head-on collision the bodies, like colliding bodies, moves in one straight line, right? Just one line. But here they moves in what, oblique, means in plane they moves. Okay. Suppose this is one line, and if two bodies are colliding like this way, and suppose after collision they keep moving along the same path only, again same line only, they can move forward, backward, doesn't matter that, or they can stop, but along that line itself, that will be head-on collision in simple language. But in this case they can move in this direction, like in plane they can move, not in line. So simply it's one dimension, this is called what, two dimension, that's all. In simple meaning, what you can say, this is simply 1D, then this is what become 2D, two dimension, right? Okay, and technical meaning is how they say that what is head-on collision. Here the velocity of the bodies which are colliding is along what, line of impact. These are the two bodies and they are moving like this way and they collide. They are moving just in one line, they collide. So their velocities are along the line of impact. This is what your line of impact. So that's called head-on collision. Okay, head-on collision, simple meaning is what, they keep moving just in one line. Okay, yeah. While here, suppose this is a line, they should move, but these bodies, how they came like this way, suppose, and they collide now. Okay, they came like this way and they're hitting, right? That's the line of impact, but they're colliding like this. Their velocities are like this one. This is velocity v1, this is velocity v2, right? Yeah, so this is v1, that's what v2. So this is called what, oblique collision. So one by one we will learn them later. Okay, another way, based on like what is conserved, based on kinetic energy, properly we say, based on kinetic energy, how we say, we can divide into categories based on what, kinetic energy. What happened to kinetic energy, according that we can divide, we can say some type of collision. So one collision is called elastic collision. Elastic collision. Okay. When we talk elastic collision, means what happens, two things, words we have, momentum and what, kinetic energy. So in case of elastic collision, both what, momentum and kinetic energy, momentum and K conserved. Both are what, conserved in case of what, elastic collision. Okay, yes. Then other type is called what, inelastic collision. In inelastic collision, only momentum is conserved, kinetic energy is what, not conserved. There is loss of kinetic energy happens. Okay, so in elastic collision, what to say, only momentum will be conserved. Only momentum is conserved here, while in case of here, momentum and kinetic energy both will be conserved. A simple case of this is called what, okay, we'll talk this later, like what is perfect elastic collision, then what is perfect inelastic collision. Okay, we'll talk about that. So broadly we have these two categories only, what, elastic collision or inelastic collision. Okay, yes. So now one by one we'll learn, and so far everything we learn, we'll talk first about head-on collision, means one dimension, then at last we'll talk about what, oblique collision, means what, two dimension. Okay, okay, let's start. Yes. So we are learning, main topic is what, head-on collision. Okay, means bodies will come in a straight line, they collide and they keep moving in a straight line. Okay, head-on collision, you call it what, direct, okay, collision, or you call it what, one dimension collision. These are the names we have. Okay, yes. So here one of the important definition comes, that's called coefficient of restitution. Let's talk about that before going to other things. So something called here coefficient of restitution. Small e is the symbol we write. This is a definition. Let's understand what is that. So this term tell you, like I said, when two bodies are colliding, they what, they try to deform each other, right? Now, so they apply force on each other and they try to deform each other. So this tell you that when body get deformed and once that they get separated, how much they gain what, their original shape, at what extent or what amount they gaining what, their original shape again. So that is defined by what, this E. Suppose I say E is 1. Okay, what's the E value varies? E varies from 0 to what, 1. If I say E is 0, means they will not gaining their shape at all. Suppose like two ball collide and they hit each other. Then I said that E is 0. It means what? If they deform, they will remain what, deformed only. They will not gain their original shape again. Or I say E is equal to 1. Means called like perfectly elastic collision. Means what? They will hit each other, they will deform and they will regain their original shape again. Perfect original shape they will regain. So that is told by what? This term E, coefficient of restitution. Okay, so how they define this? Mathematically define like this one. This is simply relative velocity after collision, or they say after separation. After collision by relative velocity before collision. You can say like this one, or they can say that the velocity of separation, relative velocity of separation by relative velocity of what? Before colliding, right? So this ratio is called simply what? Coefficient of what? Restitution. Okay. So suppose mathematically we write, let's talk example here. Suppose these were two balls, mass m1, m2, initial velocity u1 and u2. Suppose they were moving, or one of them may be at rest, doesn't matter. This is called before collision. It was looking like that one. Okay. Yes. Suppose after collision they moves with some different velocities. Velocity will be changed, v1, and this is what v2. This is mass m1. This is mass what? m2. This is called what? After collision, right? Okay. Now, so what's the velocity after collision and what's the velocity before collision, right? So relative velocity, we don't know how they are moving, but suppose they keep moving this one line, then what is the answer? v1 minus v2, okay, by, and this is called what? Initial u2 minus u1, and you take the magnitude of them, because E cannot be what? Negative, okay. So that's E. This is a formula, simple. We will the use of this will come little later. We will talk all about them. So basis on E, what I am saying, few important things to talk. Suppose, okay, first E range from what? It range from 0 to what? 1. If somebody has E value is what? 1, you call that perfect elastic collision. Perfect elastic collision. Or E is equal to 0, you call that perfect inelastic collision. And the second is very important, because they ask direct simple question. Here what happens? Bodies get stick together. Bodies gets stick together. In this case, when I say perfectly what? Inelastic. Like one example we have done in last lecture. The bullet coming and it hit a block and it get embedded inside the block. Then they moves together. So that was example of what? Perfectly inelastic collision. Means E is what here? 0 E value, right? So E varies from what? 0 to what? 1. Correct? Okay, so now what we are doing? Two main questions are there, which you have to understand here. In this type of question, either they ask like final velocities after collision, like v1 and v2, or the other question they ask is what? The loss of energy that happens while during the collision. Okay, so again I said the collision can be elastic or inelastic, doesn't matter. I will tell you the both things together. Okay, suppose these are the balls of mass m1, m2, initial velocity u1, initial velocity u2, right? Okay, this is you call what? Before collision. Okay, after collision, suppose their velocity get changed. So this is mass m1, mass will not change. This is what v1, that's what v2. How they are moving like this way, that way, we don't know. Okay, yes. So after collision, so first I am telling you, suppose they are what? Elastic collision, it could be inelastic also. Then what we do? We can write two things. What we can write? Conservation of the momentum and conservation of what? Kinetic energy. So when we write conservation of momentum, how it look? Initial momentum is equal to final momentum. Initial momentum will be m1 u1 plus m2 u2. Let write, first you are writing what? Conservation of what? Momentum. If you write conservation of momentum, then how it looks? m1 u1 plus m2 u2 is this the initial momentum should be equal to the final momentum. So m1 v1 plus m2 v2, this is equation 1. Then you write conservation of what? Kinetic energy. Conservation of kinetic energy writing. In real we are writing mechanical energy also, but here the potential energy is 0, because we are moving on a one smooth horizontal surface. So we don't talk about what? Potential energy. So okay, so there is only kinetic is there, so we will talk about conservation of kinetic energy. What is initial kinetic energy? Half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. This initial should be equal to final, means half m1 u1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. This is the second equation. So now these two equations we have to solve, and we have to calculate what? V1 and v2. What is unknown in these equations? The final velocities or final momentum, you say, right? V1 and v2, these terms. So we solve this equation, we'll get very popular answer. So final velocities will get velocities. Okay, so what these are, I'm writing here. First v1, the final velocity of the this ball. Okay, how it looks? So give attention here. It looks like this one, m1 minus m2 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u1 plus 2 times of m2 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u2. Look at the formula. The final velocity of this ball is what? Mass 1 minus mass 2 upon sum of the masses into the initial velocity of the first ball plus 2 times of m2 into divided by sum of the masses into what? u2. Correct. So when you use this formula, when you are trying to find the final velocities, give attention to the directions. Any one direction you have to choose as positive. Suppose you say this direction is what you are calling positive. If anybody moving that direction, that will be what? Negative. Very important. Suppose this ball u1 was in this direction, you are calling that positive, and this ball was coming that way, then that u2 will be negative. So when you calculate here, this term should be what? Negative. So be careful about the velocities. So hint is what? Any one direction you call what? Positive, right? Generally this positive x direction we call as positive. Anybody moving that direction, that will be what? Negative. That's all. Simple, you make like this way. Okay, this is the velocity of the first ball. How that coming? Just be combining these two equations. I don't want to do all complete derivation. Okay, so v2 will look like how? Just opposite of this. Here it look like m2 minus m1 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u2 plus 2 times of m1 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u1. That's what your v2. Very simple. 90% questions you can answer using this, because they ask question mainly about velocities only and energy loss. Okay, so these are the velocities. Then apart from this, what happens when if like E is given, there will be loss of energy. Okay, so that will talk in what? Inelastic collision. Here let me do the same thing first for what? Inelastic collision. Suppose this is for inelastic collision. Same questions if they ask means final velocities for inelastic collision. What's the meaning of inelastic? E will be given to you, like E is 0.4, 0.5, and these are what? Perfectly elastic we are talking. So E is not involved here. E is value directly what? 1. We have put the 1 value here and we got the answer. So for these cases, what will the answer look here? V1 will be what? What change will happen is this: m1 minus E times of the m2 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u1 plus 1 plus E times of what? m2 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u2. That's the v1 velocity. What change happened here? Here E came and here became what? 1 plus E. Look here, this is actually correct formula, you should say. These are the original formula. Suppose this I wrote for perfectly elastic. What? Perfect elastic collision. This formula for what? Perfect elastic collision. Means E is what? 1 actually. In this formula you put E is equal to 1, you will get all these answers only. Look here. Here E you put 1, that term only. Here put E is equal to 1, 1 plus 1 becomes what? 2, that term only, right? So this is what for inelastic collision, that's all for perfect elastic collision. Okay, both can be asked and simple to remember, no big thing. Okay, let me write here second v2. So it will like m2 minus E times of what? m1 plus m2 into what? u2 plus 1 plus E m1 upon m1 plus m2 into what? u1. So that is the inelastic collision. When inelastic, when they are talking, E value will be given to you obviously. Elastic means the word is perfect elastic collision, find the final velocities, that's all. Okay. Okay, here main question is what? Energy loss question. When because I said in inelastic collision the kinetic energy is not conserved, only momentum is conserved. So they ask what? Energy loss. So I am writing here very important question. Loss of kinetic energy during inelastic collision. Okay, and how to calculate that? Same procedure, only you write like initial kinetic energy, final kinetic energy, and subtract them. That gives what? Loss. So when we subtract them, we will get this popular formula, and this formula is very popular because same formula we will see what in 3 chapters or 4 chapters of physics. Exactly same formula. I will talk all about them. Okay, so look here. Half mass 1 mass 2 upon mass 1 plus mass 2. Then you say here u1 minus u2 whole square 1 minus e square. 1 minus e square. This is the loss of kinetic energy formula, and this is very, very important for us. Yes, because exactly similar formula will be in 4 other chapters of physics. I will talk about them little later. First, let's understand this formula. So, loss of kinetic energy. This gives what? Loss. Keep in mind loss during what? Inelastic collision. So, half mass 1 mass 2, those masses, by u1 minus u2 means initial velocities, and 1 minus what? E square. Correct. Suppose a perfect elastic collision, this one, then E is what? 1 here. So there is no loss of kinetic energy, we know, right? Or it's perfectly inelastic, when E becomes what? 0. Then you know, suppose the special case for perfectly inelastic, okay? Perfect elastic means E you putting 1, the loss becomes what? 0. There is no loss. Perfectly inelastic collision, you know, then what will happen? E you put what? E is equal to 0, then loss become how much? This become little formula, become little simple, and maximum time they will ask you this question only, m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1 minus u2 whole square. This is the formula, and 90% they will ask you this question only for perfect inelastic collision. Okay, not this one, but they can ask this also. Okay, yeah. Now what's important here? Give attention here. Masses are okay, no problem. Velocities, again I said velocity direction you have to put carefully. Like suppose this case, 2 balls both are moving in that direction, right? Both are moving in what? Same direction, correct? Yes, if same direction, like this you calling like positive, then also positive, so this is the formula. Okay, correct, no? Yes, but suppose one ball is moving opposite, like this ball is, let me draw here, one ball was moving in this direction velocity u1, other ball moves like towards this ball u2, then how this formula will change? U2 will be negative, this you calling positive term, then u1 minus u2, so this term become what? Addition. The loss will be what? Higher. When the impact like this way, right now, then the impact will be higher, the loss in kinetic energy will be higher, or they are moving in same direction, then they collide, the loss of energy will be less. Okay, so in short what I am saying, how you can say this symbol, I am talking about that symbol, if same direction they are moving, same direction, then it will come what? Negative sign between them. Or the bodies are moving in opposite direction, then this will become what? Plus sign here, here loss will be what? Higher, correct? Okay, now before going to the next problems on this, I will discuss that why this formula is very important, how it comes in what other chapters. Okay, let's talk about that. So again I am writing this loss of kinetic energy during collision, right? This formula is very, very important. So loss is what? Del E I am writing is what? Half m1 m2 upon m1 plus m2 u1 minus u2 whole square. I am writing for perfect inelastic collision only. Okay, yes. Now give attention here. I said this minus is important. Here symbol will become plus or minus, depends on how they are moving, correct? If any one velocity you are calling like positive, then if somebody moves opposite you have to call what? Negative. If two bodies impact like this one, the loss will be higher, because this term become what? Addition. This is a general formula, okay, remember it. Then you have to put symbol here, this is positive or negative. Suppose I am saying this sign, if this sign is what? Body is moving in same direction, you say that body is moving in same direction, then you said this will be what? A negative sign between them. Or body is moving in what? Opposite direction. If it moves in opposite direction, then this symbol become what? Positive, right? Loss will be what? Big. Now Why I am saying this is important? Because when we go to 12th class, okay, we will see this similar formula again. This formula that will in our first chapter electrostatics we will learn about capacitor. Capacitors are energy storing device, so they store energy, and when we transfer our energy from one capacitor to another capacitor, then there will be again loss of energy. Like there is one ball has some kinetic energy, other ball has some kinetic energy. When they are colliding, means they are transferring their kinetic energy from one ball to other ball, then loss of the kinetic energy is happening. Exactly same thing will happen when we transfer the energy stored from one capacitor to our other capacitor. Okay, so what we say in capacitor, when two capacitors are connected, okay, when you connect two capacitor, then there will be loss of energy. So these are the capacitors. This is first chapter of 12th class. This is one capacitor, this is another capacitor, okay, yes. Okay, this is C1 of voltage V1, this is what C2 capacitor of voltage V2. C1 is called capacitance, right, and V1 is the voltage of that capacitor, C2 and V2. Now again here also, okay, what is the formula here first? So energy loss formula will be what here, like general formula of this our any ball, what is kinetic energy? Half mv square. If you watch carefully, that's same formula only. Mass into mass by mass, one mass get cancelled, dimensionally is coming m into what? Half into m into v square coming. So here in this chapter, what is formula? Energy stored in capacitors is what? Half cv square we know. So how that formula will look? Exactly similar. Here half c1 c2 by c1 plus c2 and v1 minus v2 whole square. Exactly similar formula. Here we have masses and what? Velocities. Here we have what? Capacitance and what? Potentials. Correct. Again same thing. Like I said, this symbol is plus or minus, depends. They are moving in same direction or opposite direction. Here if similar plates are connected, same plates are connected, like positive plate and negative plate, correct, then this sign will be what? Negative. Means how I say, when similar plates are connected together, same direction bodies are moving, then sign is what? That sign will be what? Negative. I am talking about this sign, okay, yes. Or when dissimilar, when you say opposite plates, okay, plates are connected together, in that case this sign will be what? Positive. This is a negative sign, that's what? Positive sign. Exactly similar problem we will see, okay, and very important. So when two capacitors are connected, energy will flow from one capacitor to other capacitor. In that process some energy will be lost. What is the formula? Half C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2 V1 minus V2 square. Okay. Then you move to our next chapter, magnetism chapter will go. There we will learn what? Inductor. Okay, inductor also what? Energy storing device. So again when you connect two inductors, energy will flow from one to other. In that process again energy will be lost. So how much energy loss? Exactly again similar formula. Okay, loss of energy, right, when two inductor, okay, are connected. So first like similar, like we have learned energy formulas here, same. What's the energy stored in inductor? Inductor energy stored is about half Li square. That's the formula, right? Half Li square. So you have two inductor symbol we write like that way, okay. You connect them like this, you have connected them. Here we talk inductance L1, L2, here current flowing I1, here we talk about current flowing I2, inductance L2. So energy is what? Half Li square. So energy loss will what? Del E will be what? Same way, what? Half L1 L2 upon L1 plus L2 I1 minus I2 whole square. Exactly similar way to write. Here inductance and what? Currents are there. Again this sign is plus or minus. Minus means what? Direction of current is what? Same direction, same plates, okay? Same direction of current in what? Same is same. Like both currents are flowing this directions, then this become minus. Or it will be what? Positive sign if direction of current is what? Opposite, right? Yes. Okay, this is third. Then we come to again, let's come again 11th class, our rotation chapter. When we go to rotation chapter, again we see a similar formula. In rotation they said there are some plates are there, one plate is rotating, we put another plate over that, then friction will happen between two plates. Okay, so that how much energy lost due to friction, they asked us. So exactly similar formula we'll see when two rotating plates, okay, plates, we should say like when two plates are rotating over each other, okay. This will come in our rotation chapter of 11th class. So this is in 11th class, that also in 11th class, this is in 12th and this is in 12th, okay. So suppose this a disc is there, plate or disc come there, okay. This was rotating with some angular velocity omega 1 and inertia what I1. In this chapter we talk about inertia. In linear chapter we talk about what masses, okay. Here. So this disc was rotating, suppose this way some direction, and you put another disc over this, okay. So and this is the angular velocity omega 2 and inertia of this disc is what I2. So friction will happen when these two discs rotate. Due to friction there will loss of energy, and how much loss of energy? Again similar formula, half I1 I2 upon I1 plus I2 and omega 1 minus omega 2 whole square. These are the inertias, these are the angular velocities. Again this minus or plus, minus will come when direction of rotation is what? Same, when the rotate in same direction. Direction of rotation is what? Same. Or plus sign will come when direction of rotation is what? Opposite. Correct? Opposite, any case, all cases like opposite means what? The loss will be what? Higher, right? Okay. Also what happens, they ask even more easy question, maximum time what will happen, these bodies will be similar, like mass as they say two identical bodies of mass m, this m1 and m2 are both are m only, m, you can put two similar capacitor, you can put c, okay, same way, two identical plate, or like here they can say, what they can say here, like second ball is placed at rest, first ball come and hit the second ball is at rest means what? Your u2 is what? 0, correct? U2 is just only U1 and square. Similarly here what they say, that second capacitor is what? Uncharged capacitor means what? V2, potential is what? 0, you can remove that here, 0, just V1 square here, right? Same way, second disc is gently placed over the first disc. Gently placed means second disc is not rotating, so your omega 2 term is what? 0. So very important formula coming in 4th chapter, 2 times in 11th class and what in 12th class, okay. So we will continue this lecture. Thank you.